Nah, because the concept of a junior is actually crazy. I'm speaking as a junior. This is the most audacious thing I've ever heard of. The concept of juniors is actually wild. Because all he do is nut. That is his entire contribution to this development. It don't even take him long. He can do it in 5 minutes if he wants to. Light work. And for the next 9 months, she's cooking. Organs squished, back pain, baby stepping on the bladder, all the crying and body dysmorphia because this is the biggest you've ever been in your life. Actually eating weird combinations of food like Nutella on eggs or some shit. And then you go into labor, which takes hours, possibly days, has the baby, which literally tears women open and can possibly kill them. And then after all the blood and fluid is cleaned up, here he comes. Good job, good teamwork, good hustle. Now it's my time to shine. Look at my son, our son. Look at our son. This boy that we created together. I will name him after the greatest man I know. Myself. What? Nah, because
it's really aggravating to even attempt to respond to things like this because you can't tell if the person is just trying to get traffic into the comment section, which boosts their page even more, or if they're really this stupid. Because obviously, you don't even have to be that smart or pay attention in school that much to understand why you get the husband's or the father's last name. Like, we all understand that the last name is the family name, right? And it's you at least in one era, or one time in history, it was based on whatever you did as a family. And when you didn't have the technology we had, who typically did all that hand labor work? The guy, the man, the dad, the father, the husband. So if you did some shit and that career path was called umama, you all were the umamas. It just because it makes sense. That's what they did. It's quite easy to just that's them. That's their name, and then everybody gets their own first name or whatever, right? And then he's talking about specifically the concept of a junior, which is just the father name. I don't know the textbook definition of it, but I'm going to call it just the father simply giving the firstborn son the exact same name as the father. That's not. You have to really look at this as only from a modern lens of we don't even need to be together. Right? That's how you have to look at this to come to the dumbass conclusion he's coming to. And I'm sure, I didn't look at the comment section, but I'm sure it'll be there, right? You have to look at it as that's the woman, that's the man, and they're just going to co-parent. You have to see it like that. Because otherwise, if you're married, you're going to have the same last name anyway. Or this shit now, which I'm sure has been going on for decades now, but it's really prevalent right now on social media, where women are going, I be damned if I go and get a degree and then like I have to change my last name and all that shit. And it's like, what the fuck ever. Like I detour real quick. On one season of I think it was a season ago, Married at First Sight, the wife kept saying, I'm not changing my last name. I might hyphenate it, but I'm not changing it. But she was adamant that this dude put her on his like benefits package. Like, get the fuck out of here. So you want to piggyback off the good shit? Then like, no, I don't really think I want to just do the whole name change, whatever. But what the? Oh shit! I thought it was a cat in my house. My neighbor has fucking cats. They occasionally kill each other. But back to this. Unless you're looking at it from solely a modern day lens, it makes absolutely no sense to be here going, well, the man doesn't do anything. Why should the kid get his name? You should have the same last name. It makes it so simple. They're all Johnsons. The dad's a Johnson, the mom's a Johnson, the baby's a Johnson. Like, how do you, like, where's the confusion? What else did he say?
Your life? That you eating weird combinations of food? Like,
Why is that relevant? Because your appetite changed, your hormones changed. That counts against who gets more of a, like, and this is another thing. This idea that we're going to split who gets more of a say on the kids, and some calculated, okay, well, she did 9 months. He worked all this time and paid child support. The mom gets to say. We are trying to our best, our damnness in this day and age to have a family and be single at the same fucking time is fucking insane. You create more problems like this. Do y'all realize people, whoever y'all are that think like this, y'all make those Matt Walsh types, the super Christian dudes, the I want everything by the book dude, y'all make them seem like fucking geniuses. Because at the very minimum, shit is simple. Shit is already established, already understood. They get married, they take that name. This is how that works. Problem solved. But no, we want to separate it into married singleness, so that we can then have these dumbass conversations. How stupid is this? You created a problem out of what? So fucking stupid. Let's go to the comments. In a lot of cultures, they get the mother surname, and I think we should all do that. Why? Why? Should now we change the expectations too? Which I'm sure you don't. So since we changed the way it's going to work, and the baby just gets the mother's name, should she be the one who's expected to call for child support? Like, how much are we changing? And no, we're not just changing to where you get the good shit. We're not doing that. How much are we changing? I'm pushing that. You want to change? Fine. But we ain't going to just stop where you comfortable. I want some good shit too. They take your name, but now we're going to flip it to where I get the kid and you pay me child support. And if I decide it's just too much anyway, I can just drop it off at the police station. You can't sit there and go, but no. We're going to totally flip and reverse this shit. Uno reverse. Let's get it done that way. Oh, it can get even crazier. My brother's dad named him after himself and still left. Yes, bad people exist. This is what I've said before. The worst of us gets to be the example for all of us. And then that becomes the standard that we get to get judged by. So now it's even more evident, right, that we should go with this way of doing it, right? Because people like this. Never mind the women who shitted them into colostomy bags in an abortion clinic. Never mind that. Never mind the moms who put in. How do you have a whole country throwing babies in the dumpsters, and the solution is let them just kill them in the womb? Problem solved. But when we say, I'm just gonna leave if you have it. Oh, terrible person! You threw them in the dumpster. But we're not calling y'all bad people. Fucking baby dumpster people get sympathy. Meanwhile, we literally just go off with a pack of cigarettes, take a little too long, make a couple decades, and we're bad people. Get out of here. Both kids have my surname. My husband kept his, and we are happily married. You'd be shocked at the amount of people that can't wrap their brains around it. Yeah, because it's fucking stupid. It's literally stupid. When you go against something that's already established, there needs to be some sort of a solid reason. If you literally go against it and say, just because. So you bucked order just cause? Just cause. But now you say you're happy. Now here's the issue. Anytime you aren't happy with the situation, even though you've bucked order and structure and all that shit, you somehow will still be able to use the family court system. That's the bullshit right there. Y'all only get to hold up we did it different and look at us, we're just fine. But if it doesn't go fine, You don't get barred from using all the services, do you? It's real easy to buck order when you're guaranteed some shit. Real easy. It's real easy to say, yeah, I'm not doing it y'all way, when you doing it your way results in, well, worst case scenario, the system, their way that gives me the safety net is still there. Real good. That's real easy. Put your money where your mouth is and vote for getting rid of the system entirely, the safety nets too, and let's see if y'all really still go about shit like this. I guarantee you won't. I guarantee it. We can even keep abortions in place. You can go get them at month 12. I don't give a fuck. Throw it in the river. I don't care. I guarantee you get rid of all that safety nets, all those guarantees, all this behavior and shit talking will cease. Well, not 0%, but you get the point. And there's this argument that men carry the seed. Okay. Man, here's the point that I'll apply to that. That's our baby too. You don't like how biology works? Okay. The fuck that got to do with the reality of everything? That's our baby too. So you don't get to go, but 9 months. Therefore, you no say. Fuck that. Yeah, I do. You can't tell me no say and then, oh, but I kept it, so pay up, bitch. No. You don't get to just completely ignore the other person who this baby also belongs to. You don't get to do that. And no, again, you don't get to use the worst of us as the standard for all of us. You don't get to do that. Why do we still have the, again, I can't wrap my head around, this is what I can't wrap my head around, why we still have these fucking systems that allow y'all to be victims all the fucking time when y'all talk this much shit. You can't. No victim talks this much shit. You ever been in a room with somebody who's clearly willing and able to whoop your ass? Did you ever just talk shit? Remember the get your food situation? Listen, call me what you want. But if I'm standing in front of a guy who can clearly whoop my ass, and for whatever the fuck reason, he's screaming at me in a restaurant, which I ordered food to take home, and the food's ready, and he starts screaming at me in my face, get your food, nigga. I think I'm gonna grab the food slowly and walk out of, y'all get to just stand there and just antagonize the whole situation. And then if he really whoops your ass, then, he's wrong. Like, yo, stop. That's relevant to this because, again, y'all get to talk bullshit and just act like, we're still victims. You can't be. You can't. There's no way you're afraid of anything when y'all do this so much. What? My name is Ellen. My daughter, I'm not reading that. This is stupid. Lewis Hamilton took his mother's surname as an adult, and men called him a cuck, and I don't even know who that is. This, and also when men have the audacity to say, we're pregnant, or we just had a baby. No, your wife, girlfriend, partner is pregnant and had a baby. Now get off your butt and go change diapers. No, because remember, look, you were pregnant. You had a baby. Sounds like you have some diapers to change. See how much of a smart ass gets you? Gets you nowhere. It quite literally gets you nowhere. If you're going to talk shit like this to me, I'm literally just going to I'm going to scooch the baby closer to you. We're going to be children, but with the baby, we can make this work, or we can just do the typical shit and say fucking bye. This is stupid. Why do you want your situation to work like this? That's crazy. My husband and I went to the hospital with a list of names. Then I had an infection. Pretty much went into shock. Had an emergency C-section. and had a baby yanked out of me while I was delirious. The nurse asked my husband for a name, and he picked my favorite from the list because holy fuck. Huh? All right, the way she ended that, I didn't understand, but okay. Following the female line in surnames actually makes way more sense genetically speaking too. Can almost guarantee that the baby is genetically linked to the mother, but without DNA testing, the father has to assume he's the other parent. Why is that funny? I don't understand why that's funny. Um, but to the point she made about it makes more sense to use the surname of that's if you start over like a clean slate. But if you want to just abruptly change it at one generation in the lineage, again, you can do that. But then, as I said before, are you going to change anything else? Because here's the thing, I've come to the understanding that nothing's automatic, and I'm talking about relationships, right? At this point, nothing's automatic. So don't this idea that men are just the providers by default. No. No, 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 no. Men's are the protectors by default. Absolutely the fuck not. You gotta sit down. This is why I get blocked on dating apps all the time. We gonna sit down and we're gonna, that word y'all hate, negotiate all of this. Since this is how y'all really feel. We're negotiating all of this. Especially the protection thing. Because there's no way me dying for you is automatic when you taking my last name ain't. That's crazy. Taking my last name is not automatic, but me risking my life potentially for yours is. You can decide on what day am I a respectable man or not, but I just have to always be willing to die for you. Fuck no. Hell, the baby that we created coming to term, you can decide on a whim, yeah, I don't want it because I don't like the way you're acting. So fuck that. Killing it. But I'm defaultly supposed to protect you by, no. Hell, on a petty note, you could wake up on a random Tuesday and decide I ain't worth breakfast. But I'm supposed to automatically die for you? No. When we're walking in Central Park and some dudes just start talking stupid at you, depends on how nice you were that day. There's no fucking way that I'm going to be automatically life on the line, house burning down, or the front door is right there. I don't know where the fuck you at. Are you in a bad sleep? Get up, go to bed. I'm not running through the house by default. I'm gonna have to calculate that half a second. All right, these last 72 hours, how was she acting? Not worth it. Peace out. It's not automatic. Y'all not automatic? We ain't automatic. All right, let's move on. Worse than Junior. My dad is a third, but he had an older brother that died as an infant. He also was named the third. They gave my dad the same name as his deceased brother. When you go visit my grandparents' grave, there's a very small grave next to him with my dad's name. What? Why are you sharing that here? That's not relevant. Never thought of juniors in this context before. It's a good take. No, it's not. But I also never considered naming my sons after me because, who was I? Their dad, nigga? And I really wanted my son to be his own person. Whatever would that mean for him as he. Oh my God! How bored are Americans? This shit is ridiculous. We are really bored right now. When you start thinking this deep about nothing, that's crazy. Dude, it's your son. That's your lineage. You don't have to be the president of the United States to say you're a junior. I named you after me. That doesn't have to be. That is no. Stop. This idea of you have to be some great warrior to have the junior. What the fuck? No, you don't. If you ain't got to be smart to get into college, you ain't got to be great to be a junior. Let's be real. Y'all, whoa. Y'all ass can be talked out of anything. Shit. It's so awful. Women do it. Oh, he's being sarcastic. Oh, and then somebody tried to this guy responded with, okay, let me read both of them because I didn't read the first one completely. He says, it's so awful. Women do it multiple times voluntarily. What he's saying is, it's not really as awful as people are trying to make it seem. Women who aren't just trying to prove a point, are actually like doing it more than once. Like somebody like Candace Owens is like pregnant with her third kid in like 2 weeks, right? So it's not all doom and gloom like some of these people make it out to be. But then the guy responds with, it's so awful the amount of women not doing it has dramatically increased as women have become less dependent on men and less likely to do things they don't want to do because of men. Okay. I was going to cut him some slack to that last line. This idea that back in the good old days, men were just like, hey, bitch, you have baby, or I kill you. You have baby. Like that was not the norm, people. That was not the norm. Like back the days you're talking about, the further back you go, we have less technology, less medicine, so on and so forth. So you needed more humans. You needed them on a societal standpoint and also a individual standpoint, right? Because if you didn't have children, when you got to that age where your body starts to slow down, especially when it starts to break down, and you don't have a family around you, you dead. You dying. It's cutting clear. You dying. So it wasn't just because man made her make baby. Like, she also understood that she needed that baby too. Even though she was more likely to die then. Do you understand? So this idea that men just went around slapping bitches around, making them have, like, stop. Oh my God, stop. This is ridiculous. The amount of, why do y'all really need to lean on the worst men so badly to make any point ever? That's insane. Regardless of the subject matter, you have to lean when it's rich guys or the guys that are not the ones that have families. No, the ones that are playboys and just fuck everybody. That's the example y'all always go with. The regular guy, always an incel. This is insane. How can we ever even come eye to eye on anything if you always use the worst of us as the standard? How? Explain that to me. And also, they're less likely to do it because society pushed that. Society says that. Society. So I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen somebody like Jocelyn Toller tell women, hey, wait until you're like 40 to have kids. Like, the amount of people who say that is insane. They're not doing it because of men. Hell, women who, I live in the hood. These chicks pop them out like you ever seen like a gumball machine? All right, imagine if you broke it. That's how they had kids. So stop it with the whole, they're doing it because men, blah, 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 blah. No, stop. They're doing it because society told them to. All right. Let's find one more. All right. Oh my God. Nope, not doing that one. Okay, she says, when our daughter was born, I reminded my then husband that I was the only person with standing to fill out her paperwork and I will have the final say on any name. Well, you did say your then husband. Ladies, before I hang this up, I really need y'all to like understand something. This here, what we've seen, and this entire thing is just straight up, fuck you, I'm doing things different. Why are you approaching your husband like that? That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Like, that's the equivalent to the guy who says, yo, if I get married, I ain't doing shit for her. Which is literally a straw man argument, but I'll give it to you here, just to make a point. Like that, like the idea that fuck this guy who I would have to co-parent with at minimum. I'm going to stand strong. To who? The person who that's your kid's dad? Again, I have to ask one last time. What exactly is your point in bucking the order that it happens? Just because. Just because. Like, literally the one where she said all the kids got her name, but they're married, I think, and then nobody changed her name. Like, what is the point of that? You see that the message there is, I'm just going to not do something because I'm just going to not do it. Where else is that acceptable? Like, let's go back to my example. If there's danger nearby, how come I can't just buck the system and get my ass in the car? Why? I need y'all to like real shit, real talk. No insults, no none of that. Real, like, seriously. If you are just going to buck the order of the system, buck the structure and all that, just because, please explain to me why the father or the husband or whatever can also do that when it's convenient for him. Be right. Not possible. I'm out.